as usual, life got a little crazy, and this video is coming out 4 weeks after it happened. But I'm finally getting around to editing after getting used to the culture shock of having people swarming around me on the streets and indulging myself in some yummy food. Of course I'll be sharing all of those fun times, but once again, you'll probably have to wait 4 weeks for that. So anyways, here's this vlog of my parents and I boarding our flight, and what going through a 15-day hotel quarantine looked like for me. You can't see saw how many people were inside. I put my sweatshirt on, my sweatpants, wearing 2 mask goggle things, and then a face shield. Okay, I can't see very well. It's really foggy. Oh, is there a film?
Yeah.
Del Mars, there's a freaking film.
Oh, what is that?
Oh my god. Night
You
and
already
day.
got mine.
No, there's another layer.
Oh, there's another layer?
No, I see it.
Oh.
Ready? This is gonna be amazing.
Oh, wow. I'm like a newborn baby.
I didn't record the check-in process, but basically everyone was social distancing and had to fill out a form on their phone. Basically, they're asking where you would be staying while you're quarantining, if you had any symptoms in the past 14 days, and they also asked you for a phone number. There are 2 options. You could either input a Taiwanese phone number, or you can input your US phone number. It's a lot easier if you just input a Taiwanese phone number, so if you have one, you should use that. Because they'll send you a text when you arrive in Taiwan, and once you fill that out and you get a green screen, you're okay to go. But if you have a US phone number, it's a little more complicated. First, you have to input your US phone number so you can get a link before you depart. And then when you arrive, you'll open that and use the airport Wi-Fi to fill it out. And once you get the green, you're okay to proceed past the quarantine guard people, I don't know. And then they move the SIM card booth before immigration so that you can get your Taiwanese SIM card, and then you have to refill out the form and then show them the green screen once again. And then you can proceed to immigration. If you already have a Taiwanese phone number, I'd say just put that in first, because otherwise you're gonna have to jump through the hoops that I jumped through. Yeah, and the line was pretty long for the check-in process, but I also think that was probably because we were standing 6 feet apart. But there were only 3 flights going out that night, so security was really empty, and the only waiting time you'll ever have is basically the check-in process and refilling out the form when you arrive in Taiwan.
This is what it looks like to get on a flight during a pandemic, in case you were wondering. Ow. Just walked into one of those. These were $5 each. What? Accidentally filled it too high because you can't see this one. Super easy. You just walk up to a stand and then you fill out a form, and that's our taxi driver right there. They sprayed down all of our suitcases and bags, and we're getting a van because we have like 6 giant suitcases.
At least this part is very smooth.
Very smooth, very helpful.
Actually, everything was pretty smooth, honestly. Overall, I'd say I was the most anxious about this flight right when I arrived at JFK. It was really hot that night, so I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt in the car, but once I saw the people inside, I kind of freaked out a bit because I hadn't seen that many people in one place in a really long time, so I quickly put on some sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and then I was wearing 2 masks, a goggle, and a face shield, as you had seen. And I feel like that initial shock kind of just scared me a bit. But once you got in and we had to fill out the form and then we had to check in and then we had to go through security check, there were a lot of things that we had to do, so that kept my mind off of exposing myself to the public where the coronavirus lingers. I think the whole time it really didn't feel like I was leaving, even though I had been preparing to pack the whole week before. I think I was just kind of going through the motions. I was kind of just doing it and I wasn't thinking about like the scary parts until I started seeing people in hazmat suits and I was like, I'm on a 15-hour flight with a bunch of people who might have coronavirus. Then I just decided to sleep, so I didn't think about that. And then by the time we arrived, we were shuffled into lines and stuff and there was more things to do, and then suddenly we were at the hotel and then I was closed in there for 14 days and that's for another video. So some tips that I have for traveling abroad during the pandemic is to definitely have some hand sanitizer, sanitizing wipes, is that what it's called? I don't know. Paper straws, because basically the straws are so that you can drink water through your mask without removing it. Don't at me. Pack your own meal so that you can eat while everyone else is either sleeping or just not eating, because when everyone eats, they're taking off their mask and basically, yeah, you get the point. So I chose to eat while everyone was sleeping and it was dark, and I turned on my own light and then I was eating my little bagel and it was yummy. One of the things that a lot of people ask me, a lot of people, only like 2 people, is are there a lot of people on the flight? Well, I took EVA Air, and back then 2 months ago they made sure that there were empty seats in between each passenger, and they actually canceled flights around the date that I was flying. It just so happened that my flight was the one that flew, but I know that there were flights on Wednesdays or Sunday or whatever that were canceled, so that they all merged onto my flight. They did this so that there would be like a full flight, but when they say full, there's still like gaps in between each passenger.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
洗澡大便。
Bye.
Bye.